All right, y'all, we are back. If you don't know, my name is Sabrina Green. I am the owner of Legacy Financial Services and the lead person for the Legacy Credit Accelerator Program. I wanted to talk a little bit about paying collections while in the program. So I get a lot of questions where people are asking me, should I pay this collection? Should I pay this one off? What should I do? Because I have collections and they total this amount, and will that help my credit score? And all these different questions about collections. But what I want to let you know is once you join the program, our goal is to remove those collections off. Now, let me give you a little back history. Let's just say you have a Victoria's Secret card, okay? You have a $5,000 Victoria's Secret card. The card got shut down because you stopped making payments, and after that, a collection company bought the card from Victoria's Secret. That $5,000 card, that collection company is going to call you for that $5,000 if that was your limit, if that's how much you had outstanding. But what ends up happening is that collection company is buying the card or that debt for pennies on the dollar. So when you get these little letters that say, hey, we'll settle this debt, we will take it down to such and such amount, $700, just pay us. What's happening is they're letting you know that they got that debt for way less than $700. They are paying pennies on the dollar for that. You didn't open it up with this new collection company. You opened it up with Victoria's Secret, and now Victoria's Secret is like, hey, you don't even have to pay us. You got to pay them now because we got our money for the debt. We're done with it. We're done, and that's it. But what these other collection companies do is they have these crazy tactics. They call and they pester you and they say, hey, you owe us, and they try to get your information. They try to get you to pay, and you didn't open it with them. So when you do pay, I've had a lot of clients come to me and say, hey, I paid these people. I don't know why this is still on my credit. It's because, go back, this collection company is a business. They pay pennies on the dollar. They do not care about your credit. What they are worried about is getting their money. So when you go and pay these collections, I said all that to say this, when you pay these collections, what's end up happening is the company just updates the balance to zero, and that's all they're liable to do. They don't take it off of your credit report. Your credit still sits at a horrible rate, a horrible score, and you're like, okay, hey Sabrina, I need your help. So I'm just giving you a background of what I see all the time. What you can do, you have two options. Your first option is to call that collection agency with that pretty letter that you got saying, hey, if you pay this, this is the amount, the settlement that we can offer. You can call them. What you do risk is re-aging that account when you do that. But on top of that, when you call them, you need to ask them and say, hey, I would like to pay this to get it off of my credit. That's the only reason I want to pay it. When I pay this, will you take it off my credit? They're going to say yes or no. Yes or no. That's life, right? Yes or no. That's the only two answers you'll get. Or maybe if you're a mom and like, maybe later. But you'll get a yes or no. If they say yes, they will take it off when you pay it. You need to get that in writing. Like I said, this is a company who is in for monetary gain. And if you don't get something in writing, they don't have to follow those rules, right? So I don't trust the creditors because they're creditors. They're going to do all the janky stuff that you can think of. Get it in writing, have them fax it over, send it in the mail. I don't care how you get it. Don't pay it until you get a letter saying they're going to delete it off of your credit, because that's the only way that you can go about this yourself and get it removed quickly. That's the quickest way. The other way is coming to me. So that's most likely why most of you are here today, because you've had some problems or you have a credit collection on your account. With collections, if you are thinking about paying them, make sure you get that letter, okay? And work them down, like talk them down as much as possible. Hey, can you take off the late payments? Can you take off this? Can you take off that? how much more can you lower it? Tell them you got a hardship and you just need it as low as possible so you can get it removed. And then on the end say, I need to delete all my credit, and then I need it in a letter, and pay them. Get it taken off. As long as you are getting that negative item off your credit, that's great. Okay, so you could go that way, pay them, get it taken off. You are always liable for the debt. So what the second part is going through this process of going through credit repair. What we end up doing is paying them is the last option that I go through, if at all. 9 times out of 10, the company's not going to take you to court. And the only time that you would actually call them, if you don't have any intention on paying them, the only time you would give them a call is if they take you to court to garnish wages and put a lien or a levy or a judgment or whatever. So if you do get a letter, you definitely want to call them and say, if you do get like a court date, whatever letter, you get served, you do want to call them and set something up, because they can garnish your wages, they can get their money back. So you still have leverage if you are calling them after you get served or whatever. But besides that, 9 times out of 10, they're not taking you to court. And what I do is I just wait out the process. The statute of limitations in your state, find out what that is. They have until those couple of years to take you to court. After that, they can't really do anything. Their jurisdiction over that is gone. So definitely know the statute of limitations in your state. But another thing, credit repair. We go, like I said, that is the last thing that we do. If there is no possible way for your credit score to go up during this process, unless that piece of negative information is gone, then we will figure out we will send a letter to get that taken care of, or we will suggest that you pay it. Regardless, we show you how to actually go about improving your credit without having to do that, so that instead of you paying that $5,000, you're paying $89 a month with us, and by the time you're out of the program, you've only paid less than $1,000, to remove everything off of your credit, or to increase your score over all 3 credit bureaus, not just with one account. So all those accounts can add up quickly. Like, I've had people who had like $30,000, $40,000 worth of debt deleted because we found inaccuracies on their report. So I definitely want you to remember that when you're thinking about paying them. Come back, make your decision based off of this information. I'm not saying don't pay them. I'm just saying figure out a way to go around it if you can, if that's what you want to do. All right. So I am Sabrina Green. I hope you guys got a lot of information from that. If you ever need me, give me a call, send us a message, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.